welcome to 12:15 Friday Ashtanga Inspired Yoga. As I mentioned at the start, if you do have a thick towel or a thick blanket handy, you might find that useful when we do our mat work, but you don't really need any other props. Ashtanga Yoga, if you're not that familiar with it, is about the breath work. So we do different poses, focusing really on the breath to help us get through the poses. Remember to take your time, use your entire breath. I'll count you out on some of them, but on others, it's just think about using your entire breath to help you get through the series. With that, just a reminder that yoga is a practice and this is your practice. So please work within your capabilities and your comfort zone. If you need to take a break, do so. Come down to a child's pose, come back to your breath, and then join us back in the asana or in the posture when you are ready. This is your yoga, your practice, so you do you. With that, we are going to start in a standing position. I should have started standing, but I felt like sitting. So we're going to start in a standing position at the top of our mats. I want you to check in, lift your toes, spread your toes, drop your toes. Weight down on all four corners of your feet. Feel that gravity, feel that earth supporting you. I want you to think about bringing that energy up through your legs, from your calves, through your hamstrings and your glutes. Tuck your bottom under just a little bit, engage that core. That will automatically lift your chest to help you expand across your chest and open up so you can get some good breath work. It should be one long line, top to bottom. We're going to take just a couple minutes here to connect with the breath. I'd ask you to put your right hand on your belly and your left hand on your upper chest, and just breathe in deeply. And as you breathe in, think about puffing your belly out, getting that air into your belly, and then moving that air up into your chest. Nobody's going to see your belly puff out, so let's do it now. Let's think about inhaling, push your belly out. As you inhale completely, bring that air to your upper chest, and then exhaling from chest down to belly. Is that almost like a wave motion in and out. So let's do that 2 more times. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Think about bringing that breath evenly, inhaling and exhaling to the same count. So inhale and exhale, really focusing, really concentrating on that breath. Inhale and exhale. The next inhale, let's bring our arms up high overhead. Look up tall and exhale. Push that air out to the sides. We'll do 2 more of those. Inhale up, look up. Big inhale, exhale, push it out. 1 more. Inhale up. Exhale, push that out. Let's inhale, hands to heart center. Exhale, roll your hands over, roll your back, spread across your scapula. Inhale, up tall. Exhale, hands down behind you. Let's stretch out those shoulders, big stretch. Inhale, back to front. And exhale, hands back to heart center. Take a breath there, check in. Inhale, arms out. We'll do this last time. All the way up to the ears. Exhale, hands down behind you. Big stretch here. Then bring your hands into middle and back into heart center. We're going to do 2 sun salutations, Namaskar A's. So again, check in, good weight, toes balance, good balance. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, palms forward all the way to the floor, nice and easy. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, drop your hands, step back, knees down, all the way to the floor on that exhale. Inhale into your up dog, nice and easy to start. Exhale, roll your toes, hips up and back into that down dog. We'll take 5 breaths here. Be gentle. Maybe walk your dog side to side. 3, hips up and back, head between your shoulders. 4, last one, 5. Let's bend those knees deeply. Look ahead of your hands where you want your feet to go. Step, jump, or hop to the top of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Hands down through heart center at the top of your mat. One more time. Check in, make sure it's a good strong mountain pose. We're going to do that one more time. Use your breath to get you there. Inhale up. Exhale, ride that breath all the way down. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Continue that exhale all the way to the floor. Inhale to up dog, your up dog, wherever you are. Exhale, roll your toes, hips up and back, into that down dog. Let's breathe there. 5 breaths here. Settle back in. Head between your shoulders, hips up and back. 3. Your fingers, your index finger pointing forward. Roll your shoulders out, elbows in. Bend your knees deeply, look ahead of your hands. Step, jump or hop. Half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to the top. Hands down through heart center. We're going to add on there. We're going to go into Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Couple of extra steps there. Connect with the breath. Keep that to help you move that forward. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Let's take that breath. Inhale, back into chair pose. Strong quads, strong core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, take that exhale all the way down through chaturanga to the floor. Excellent. Inhale, open your chest, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Immediately, right foot forward, left foot down and back. Inhale, all the way up. Use that breath. Warrior 1. Then start that exhale, long and slow. Take your time, all the way down. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Immediately, inhale, left foot forward, right foot down. All the way up. Exhale, ride that breath all the way down to the mat. Inhale to up dog, your version. Exhale to down dog. Let's catch our breath here. 5 breaths in down dog. Remember, you can come down to child's pose if you need a break. Your practice. You do you. Think about connecting with that breath. 2 more breaths here. Last one. On that next inhale, bend those knees, look ahead of your hands, step, jump or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale back into that strong chair pose. And exhale, hands back to heart center and to Tadasana, mountain pose at the top of your mat. Catch your breath. We're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale through heart center. Inhale, back into chair pose. Strong back, strong glutes. Exhale, forward fold. Use the breath. Inhale to flat back. Take that exhale all the way down. Good and slow. You've got the breath. You can do this. Inhale, up dog, your version. Exhale, roll your toes. Down dog. Inhale, right foot forward, left foot down. All the way up on that inhale. Exhale, palms down, foot back, all the way down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, roll the toes. Down dog. Immediately, inhale, left foot forward, right foot down and back. Continue that inhale up. Exhale, palm down. Step back, all the way down. Ride that exhale. Inhale, up dog. Again, your version. Exhale, roll your toes up and back into down dog. Let's take 5 breaths there. Come down to child's pose. If you need to, drop your head between your hands, hips up and back. Stretch that out. Come back to your breath. Core in, pelvis tucked. All those important things in down dog. Fingers pointing forward, weight in your fingertips, not your wrists. 1 more breath. Bend those knees, look ahead of your head, step, jump, or hop to the top of your mat, half lift, exhale, fold, inhale, back to that chair pose, and exhale, hands back to heart center. Take a breath there, good work. We're gonna go on to the next series. Inhale, exhale, hands to your hips. Let's take a step to the side, long side of your mat. So your toes are facing to the top of your mat and parallel to the short side. We're going to lift those right toes, point them to the back of your mat. It doesn't need to be a big triangle, just a little triangle. Inhale, bring your arms up to shoulder height. Keep your shoulders out of your ear, down. Let's think about putting that hip back, your left hip that way, leaning forward as far as you can. When you've gone as far as you can, drop that right arm down. Lift your right arm up as high to the sky as you can into that triangle pose. Strong, controlled here. Think about opening up across the chest. We're going to do 5 breaths here. That's 3. Don't lean forward, not leaning forward. Think about leaning back. You can do this against a wall to practice. That's a really good way to practice. 1 more breath. Let's look down at that big toe. Micro bend that right knee. Bring yourself all the way up. Arms level. Right toes pointing back to the side of your mat. Your left toes, rotate those so they're pointing to the top of your mat. Same thing, left side. So think about pulling that right hip back, leaning and reaching forward with your left arm. And you've got as far as you can. Let it drop. Right arm up. Keep strength in that left side of your body and use your right core to help you stay up. It's not about how deep you can go, but how straight you can get your shoulders. Use that opposite pull on your arms, so opposite attraction there. 2 more breaths here. One more. Let's look down at that left big toe, micro bend in that left knee. Come back up, hands back to heart center. We're going to turn both feet this time to the back of the mat. You might have to wiggle your legs apart a little bit, kind of like you're on skis or on train tracks. Give yourself a bit of hip room here. Hands to your hips. Big breath. We're going to lean forward from the hips. Lean forward. If this is too much pressure on that right knee, don't hyperflex it, hyperextend it, sorry. Give it a little bit of a bend. It's up to you. Flat back. Left arm to the outside of that right ankle. So we're coming into a twist, but from a twist from the upper shoulders. Try and keep that back flat. And put your right hand on your sacrum to make sure you're there. So it's an upper shoulder twist, head down. It is intense, so let's breathe there. Focus that breath. Keep that core engaged to help you stay there. 1 more breath. Then let's inhale, let's cartwheel. Stay with me on the cartwheel all the way around so your feet face the other direction to the top of your mat. Both feet to the top of your mat. Your right arm this time down to the outside of that left knee. Same thing, you can keep a micro bend in that knee if it's too much on it. Think about flat back and twisting from the shoulder, that upper thoracic. Let your head go. Relax into this. Two more breaths here. That back flat. Last one. Micro bend into that knee. Bring your hands to your hips. Step both feet up to the top of your mat in that strong Tadasana, that strong mountain pose again. Let's check in there. Good balance, right and left, down through all four corners of the feet, pelvis tucked, core tucked in. Going to do our warrior series now. So I want you to think about your hips pointing straight forward, those hip bones there. Hands to your hips. Inhale, and as you exhale, take that right leg back, fair bit, 45 degrees on the right foot. Let's bend down into that left knee. Think about rolling it out. Don't let it drop in, but rolling it out so the knee is pointed over that third toe. Hip should still be forward. Might have to move your feet around a little bit. Inhale, arms to shoulder height. Set them into your shoulder joints. Exhale, and then let's inhale them up. Nice and tall here. Think about sitting down. Continue to work this posture so you get the position that you want. Don't let that knee go out over top of that ankle. 3 more breaths here. You should feel strength in that core and in that back to help hold you up tall here. 1 more. And then on the next inhale, let's open that up. Let's bring your back foot to 90 degrees. Sink that down into a warrior 2. Think about bringing your feet so your front heel and your back arch are aligned. So you might need to close that width of those legs. Think about sinking down, not sinking forward. You can see the difference. Sinking down. Arms out of your ears. Your arms are getting tired. Maybe rotate your palms up. That sometimes helps to bring that tiredness out of there and get them down. You can always bring your arms to your waist if they're really tired. Do 3 more breaths here. Make sure that knee is going back, not falling in. 1 more breath. And straighten that left foot. Let's turn it so it is parallel to the side of your mat. Your hands to your hips. Inhale, little back bend. And exhale, let's forward fold all the way down to the mat. Let your head go, let your hands go. Weight in the balls of your feet, so leaning forward over this. Drop your head. You have the flexibility. You can certainly bring your hands through your feet to increase that. Take 2 more breaths in this position. On your last inhale, micro bend those knees a little bit. Hands back to your hips. Let's roll that up, safe and strong. Inhale. We're going to do our warrior series the other way. So right toes to the back of your mat, but bending down into that right knee. Your left foot parallel to the top of your mat, perpendicular to the long side. Weight should be evenly distributed through both feet, the back of that foot and your front foot. Sink down into that knee. Inhale, arms up, but sinking down, not sinking forward. Nice and strong here. Use the core, use that back, use those glutes to keep you in this position. Look out over those right fingers. Check in with your back hand. Is it the same height as your front hand? Just do a little visual check there. One more. And on the next inhale, let's turn that back foot to 45 degrees. Bring your hips forward. You will need to widen your stance out. So wiggle that right foot out to the side a little bit. So you can come into that warrior 1. Inhale into, shoulders into the socket. And continue that inhale. Let's bring them up. Sink down. That knee out, not falling in. Out over those toes. Strong and tall here. Use those back muscles to keep you up. Look straight ahead. Find your drishti point. Find your gaze point. 1 more breath. And then as you exhale, let's open that up to the side. Bring both feet perpendicular to the front of them, to the side of the mat, sorry. Arms back to your hips. Catch your breath. Let's do a little back bend. Bring our hands behind our back and clasp our fingers like that. Exhale, forward fold. Loose elbows. Don't lock those elbows. Don't lock those knees. Let's forward fold that all the way down. Breathe into that, the weight in your toes. Try to bring the weight forward. Don't fall though. 1 more breath. Micro bend those knees again. Let's inhale that all the way up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Turn both toes to the top of the mat. Step up and join me in mountain pose, in Tadasana at the top of your mat. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, palms forward all the way down. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plant your hands. Let's step back. Continue all the way down to your belly. Elbows in tight. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, roll the toes up and over into down dog. Take a couple breaths here in down dog. Walk that out. Bend our knees, look ahead of our hands, but this time we're going to come into a seated position at the top of our mat. Our legs out long in front of us. This might be a place where you'd like to use the bolster, particularly if you struggle at sitting up nice and tall, and then when you go into a forward fold, if you arch your back a little bit. So if you have difficulty sitting up tall like this, use that bolster underneath your hips. It just gives you a bit of pelvic tilt that helps you do that. If you have really tight glutes and hamstrings and hip flexors, that little bolster underneath your hips will really help you. Going to do a little forward fold. Think about engaging through your legs, toes up. Don't let them flop open. This is a tightening of the muscles, so let's keep them all nice and engaged. Inhale up. Exhale, let's fold over those toes from the hips, hinge from the hips. Back flat, let the chest and the gravity just take it down. Drop your head, let your hands drop wherever they go. Don't need to reach your toes if that's not in your practice. Whatever is comfortable to you. You connect that breath with your body. Use it to help you get there. Relax into that. Take one more breath here. And on your next inhale, let's roll up. Strong seated position. Turn back to the front here. Left leg out long and strong. Keep those toes engaged. Bring that right knee in. Tuck it into your chest if you can, as far in as you want. Keep a bit of distance, maybe your palm width distance between your legs here. I'm going to take that right arm, bring our right shoulder to the inside of that right knee, and wrap that right arm around the knee, and then grab it with our left hand behind your back. Show it from the back. So right arm around, grab with those fingers. If you can't do that, hold on to your shirt at any place. Hold on to your pants, anything to help you get those fingers close together. This is a progressive pose, so just do what you can to get yourself in there. So right arm around, grab your shirt, grab your trousers, grab your fingers. Think about bringing that chest up. Stretch through that shoulder capsule. Good inhales here. It helps to open that chest up because you've got this arm coming back. Exhale. 2 more breaths here. Keep that left leg engaged, long and strong. If you're struggling with this, come back to that breath. That's why breath work is so important here. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Let's go. Let go of that right arm. Bring it back in front. Let that right leg out long onto the mat. Bring your left knee in. Again, give yourself space, about palm width, finger widths apart. Same thing. Left outside of your shoulder. Bring it around your knee. Grab your right hand behind your back, your shirt, your pants. Whatever you can here, super chest opener, super great chest opener, super great shoulder opener, but it can take practice. So if you're feeling any pinching, any discomfort, just come out of it, continue to work on it. Just breathe into that. Two more breaths here. On your last one, let's let that go. Bring the soles of your feet together into Supta Buddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Again, you can be sitting on your bolster to help you sit up. Feet don't have to be super close wherever they're comfortable. Grab a hold of your ankles. Pull your chest up and out of your body. So think about another opposite traction here. So you want to be pulling up and out. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips. And bring that chest down over your feet. Maybe grab hold of your feet as deeply as you can. It's your practice, so only go as far as you are comfortable. It's a great stretch for that lower back, maybe the insides, those abductor muscles on your legs. Breathe into that for 5 breaths. Let your head go. We always hold so much tension in our head. Just let our heads go here. 2 more breaths. Last one. And on your final, that last inhale, let's roll out good and slow. Let the body come back to the position. Use your hands to help you bring your knees together. Shift your weight so you're in the center of your mat. And now let's lie down long on our mats. I'm just going to do a little bridge pose here before we go into Shavasana. Think about bringing your heels in as close as you can to your buttocks. Should almost be able to touch them. Don't worry if you can't. Hips, knees, ankles all aligned in one straight line. Now tucking your pelvis under and lifting it up, and then vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's lift those backs up off the mat. Push into your heels to help you bring your chest up and back and open that up. If you can, and if it's in your practice, roll your shoulders under to give you a bit more of an expansion across that chest. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. Just stay in that elevated bridge position. Feel a good long stretch across that entire front line of your body, your hip flexors, your quads, your core, and your chest. Breathe into that for a moment. Maybe push into those heels to give you a bit more lift. Big inhale at the top. Exhale. We can take one more inhale here. Make sure those hips, knees, and ankles stay in alignment, that the knees don't drop open. A lot going on in this position. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, let's roll that down. Good, nice and slow. Vertebrae by vertebrae, bring that back down. Slowly uncurling those. See if you can feel each of those vertebrae connect. Once your pelvis hits the floor, tilt your pelvis a little bit that way to kind of extend that arch in your lumbar spine. Bring it back to normal. Let's inhale. Let's squeeze both knees into our chest. Give ourselves a beautiful hug. Maybe rock it side to side a little bit. Relaxing out those legs. And that lower back. And then just for a couple minutes, let's take our legs up long on the mat, our arms down beside us into a little Shavasana here, not too long. Just a couple minutes to reconnect with that breath, reconnect with our body. Thank ourselves for attending today. Take 2 more breaths here. Big, deep. Concentrate on filling that upper chest. We don't concentrate on breathing. It's something that's just happening. Concentrate really on taking that breath, expanding those lungs. And on your next inhale, I want you to reach long, long, long. Toes point out long on your mat. Arms up long above your head. Stretch, stretch, stretch it all out. And then inhale, bring it in tight. Give yourself a big, huge squeeze, a big, huge hug. Let's roll over to the side and join me in a seated position at the top of your mat with your eyes closed, your hands in prayer. Just for a moment here. Just want to take a moment close our practice with our final saying that nothing can dim the light that shines from within you. Thank you for joining me. Hope you had a good practice. Namaste.